In my role as Senior Vice President at McKinsey, having seen many businesses quite intimately, I've not seen one like this. How it came about 20 years ago, it honestly feels to me almost like a fairy tale. It's a phenomenal story.
Here's the story.
The story begins in 2001. Two young boys from Brooklyn were good friends. One was a kind, talented writer who worked for the local paper. The other, a visionary with an entrepreneurial mind.
One morning, I go on Bedford Avenue, and I see a Yule truck passing by.
I was driving by, he held me down and he said, how about we go into business tomorrow? I said, good, let's meet tomorrow morning and we'll brainstorm together what we do next. And he says, I've seen an ad about buying a staffing agency. I said, why is it that we need to buy something that someone has already built? We're still young, we can start it on our own.
All beginnings are challenging. The pair struggle to find startup funds for their business idea.
I said to Zupnik, it doesn't make sense. We have so much money out there and I can't fund anymore. What are we doing? So we need a bank. I have a good friend in Shul. I went over to him and asked him, do you know a bank that would help me? I'm building a business. Yes, I have a good friend, the banker. His name is Jerry Grossman. I remember going with Zupnik to Manhattan. Mr. Zupnik was looking for a parking spot. I went up to the 15th floor over there in that building. What's your name? Mr. Berkowitz. Berkowitz. The only other Berkowitz I know in the Jewish community is Jack Berkowitz from Baby Doll. I said, what? And he looks at me and said, that's my father. You know what? What do you need? I said, I need $500,000 to $1 million in order to be able to sustain my business. You know what? If your father tells me to give you $1 million, you have a credit line, I'll give you $1 million. He started talking on the phone, you're approved. And he gave me a credit line of $1 million. By the time something came up from the park, he said, we have nothing to stay here. We're done, we don't need anything, have a nice day.
With the credit line from Jerry Grossman, they decided to open a pharmacy business.
Everybody said, pharmacy is not for you, that's very challenging. I said, okay. So it's challenging, let me go into it.
Now that they had a pharmacy, they needed to get customers. But who would use their services? One day, the partners were introduced to Ted Marcani, a nursing home operator.
Ted Marcani said to me, I'll give you a chance. He had a nursing home that had 180 beds. He said to me, I can't give you my whole building, I'll give you one floor, 60 beds. Till today, I don't know why he did it.
Ted Marcani, whenever I asked him, what is it that I could do? He says, same way I helped you, you make sure to help other people. And that is basically the line that we have been living and breathing day in, day out.
The company was built on kindness and giving. Caring is in the DNA.
In the early days, the challenges were many. The workforce was small, and each team member wore many hats.
Back in 2011, it was a big snowstorm. We couldn't get any drivers or any of the usual delivery people to come in and deliver. I called Chesky, or Chesky called me, and we said, you know what, it's time for us to take action.
I put myself into the car, drove, slippery roads, carried all those bags, delivered it.
Mr. Berkowitz will still go and deliver medications. I secretly think he loves it. He wants to get a jet ski so we can deliver by water, and I think he'd be the first one out there.
I remember in Hurricane Sandy, got phone calls from all the nursing homes, even nursing homes that we don't serve.
And we had an issue. How are we going to deliver medication?
There was no gas to be found.
Mr. Berkowitz had us rent every single car from the rental companies, full of gas, deliver medication, give it back empty, rent new ones. So that's what we did. And we arrived back 5 a.m. The facilities were actually very, very impressed from what we did. And that's our role, to make sure the patient gets the medication without any excuses.
After 11 years of operating out of Roselle, New Jersey, SpecialtyRx outgrew its space and in 2016 relocated to their current headquarters in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey.
When we moved from our previous location, Roselle, New Jersey, we packed up all the medications. Whoever was able came in on a Sunday night.
We're short-staffed.
We lost about 60% of our employees.
A lot of them didn't want to come along to North Jersey. Me and Chesky and some other employees filled orders, slept in the pharmacy overnight, working 21 hours a day until we were able to get caught up on orders.
When we saw Mr. Zupnik and Mr. Berkowitz actually unpacking shelves, it motivated us all.
Yes, motivation keeps our team driven. But hard work is only valuable if it benefits someone else. Here at SpecialtyRx, we never lose sight of our ultimate purpose, serving patients with the care and dedication they deserve.
Behind every prescription, there's actually a patient.
Every pill that he puts in the correct slot is helping the patient get his proper care.
Every single day, we're producing over 50,000 prescriptions, and I know that I help somebody.
The communication and customer service part of us exceeds our competitors. The facilities really do love us.
It really makes our clients feel like we care and we go the extra mile for them. Servicing over 100,000 patients annually across 14 states, 800 facilities. Our goal is to move that purple line across the USA to the west.
At SpecialtyRx, we believe success is only meaningful when we bring others along on the journey, from the warehouse floor to the executive suite. Our family-first approach creates an environment where everyone is empowered to contribute, learn, and thrive.
I have to tell you that the success of this pharmacy is really because of the employees. Quite honestly, we're a family.
You're very supported here. You can always speak with the higher up, and they're there to listen.
If you do your job well, and if you give all you have, people will notice. You will be rewarded.
I'm a perfect example of a person that had an opportunity to grow here. If you work hard, steer towards what you really want, it'll happen.
Just thinking about where I was a couple of years ago, and then looking at where I am now, it's been a great journey.
I was 22 years old when I started here. I knew nothing about medication other than Tylenol and aspirin. I had no ambition, I had no nothing. And now I have a career, and a family, and a life. I literally owe everything that I have to this place. No matter if you feel it, if you see it, you are 100% making a difference in somebody's life by the little things that you're doing today.
As we set our sights on serving the entire U.S., we remain driven by the same core principle: putting people first, our patients, our partners, and our ever-growing SpecialtyRx team.
We're not small anymore. We are probably the largest privately owned pharmacy in the United States. But we stayed with that committed touch.
As we celebrate this milestone, let's remember that our journey was built on perseverance, teamwork, and an unwavering belief in each other. Whether you joined SpecialtyRx 20 years ago or 20 days ago, you're part of our story and vital to our continued success. Together, we remain one big family, always moving forward. Thank you for helping us shape the future.